Hey guys, welcome back to the Blackwell Epiphany. We are going to grade school, and here we are. Well, do we have the key? No, we don't. Let's have a look around first.
No need to pay attention to that. There aren't any cars out tonight. I'd better not mess with that.
Anything else that we can interact with except for the door? No. Okay, so we are just going to enter, and hopefully we are going to find Michael.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul.
I think he's reciting the Psalm of David. From the books I've read, it's supposed to guard against evil.
Let's talk to him.
Michael? Michael Cooper.
You! Stay back, bestower. I've got a gun.
Just a second.
I said stay back!
Whoa, calm down. I'm not here to hurt you.
Oh yeah? Tell that to Leah and George and the others.
Others? Couldn't do anything, I'm sorry. Couldn't help them, but I can still help you.
Others? How many of you are there?
You don't even know that. You don't know a thing, do you? This wasn't the plan.
Plan?
Yes, our brilliant plan. We get the bestower to escort our souls to the next world. Protect us from this force that is after us. Instead, you let us be destroyed.
I'm gonna go with... Yeah, I'm gonna go with the middle one.
Honestly, I tried.
Tried? I'm sure that was a comfort to George and Leah while their very souls were being torn apart.
I'm sorry. Whatever is going on, it's new. I've never seen anything like it before.
I see. And what about him?
Huh?
Your friend. The man behind you. He hasn't said a word since you walked in here.
Me? Do you mean me?
Yes, you. Don't look so surprised. How else could I have known who you were? Now get out of here. You've been nothing but trouble ever since George went to look for you.
Okay. I'm so sick. I'm gonna go with fine, shoot.
Fine, shoot. Kill the one person who can help you.
There is no need for any more killing, my host.
That voice.
It's
it
Madeline.
Can't be.
It's.
I told you to stay in the other room.
Yes, my host, I know. But I had to intervene. These two know me. If I may...
Fine. Fine. Just make it quick. I'm losing concentration.
Malone, Blackwell, what a pleasant surprise to see you both again.
Yeah, surprise is the word. What the hell are you doing here?
Is it not obvious? You freed me, Malone, brought me back into this world, and as befits all of our kind, I had a host waiting for me. And so I have returned to my former duties.
Look, as much as I am touched by this reunion, I need to focus.
Perhaps we should all converse outside.
Fine. Outside. Just leave me in peace.
Thank you, my host.
You're a bestower too? I'm gonna go with, yeah.
You're a bestower too?
What gave it away? The spirit guide who won't leave me alone? Look, maintaining this circle leaves me a bit cranky. Sorry. If you can help, great. If not, well, I've made my peace with it. Just go talk to her. She's outside. I need to concentrate. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
I want to see if I can
That's
go
far
on.
enough.
Okay.
Oh, come on. It's me.
Sorry. Bestower or no bestower, I'm taking no chances. Get back.
Fine.
Okay, he won't let us go upstairs.
Prepare a table
What
before
about
me in the
Joey?
presence of mine enemies.
Uh-huh.
Protective circle. Keeps spirits from getting in. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, bully for you.
Days of my life,
Okay.
and I will dwell in
Alright,
the
so
house
let's
of the Lord
exit and
forever.
talk to Madeline then. We can't go upstairs yet. But we will be in a second, I hope.
Malone, it's been a long time since we've been able to converse.
It's been almost 6 months since Joey freed you. How come we're only seeing you now?
I admit the transition hasn't been pleasant. I have had 3 hosts since returning to this world. The first was an old man on the edge of death. He lingered for 6 weeks before finally succumbing to the inevitable. When the old man passed, I became bound to his niece for a time. She ran every time she saw me. I tried to keep my distance, give her time to adjust. But in the end, she fell down the stairs in an attempt to flee.
Ooh.
Poor woman died, and I was passed to her brother, the man inside.
Do you know what's going on? Why are these souls being attacked?
I do not know. I wish I did. Like you, we saw it happen. We saw a soul being torn apart and could do nothing. I'm afraid my host became a little unreasonable after that.
Why was George looking for me?
We needed a bestower. A proper bestower. My host and I were not up to the task.
Eh?
It might be due to my time in the void. It might be because my host's soul has been marked by whatever is out there. But in any case, our abilities are limited. We cannot even help lost souls move on as you do. We can see them and talk to them, but that is all. Hence why we needed you.
Lucky us.
So what can we do?
So what can we do? We don't even know what's going on.
Our theory was that you could help move these poor souls into the next world before they were destroyed. But it appears that it did not achieve the desired result.
You could say that, yeah.
You must investigate. My host and I are restricted, but you two are not. If anyone can help uncover why these poor spirits are being attacked and stop it, it is you.
You should really call me Rosangela.
Forgive me. When you are as old as I am, all the names blur together. So I tend to address those I speak to by their family name. It is just easier that way, and less painful. I'm afraid it is a habit that is difficult to break.
So how'd you like being on the outside, as it were? I imagine it's better than being trapped wherever you were.
I had thought, I had hoped, that I would pass on, that being brought back to the mortal world would force me to obey mortal laws. Instead, No, it is not to be. I have returned to my former duties, therefore I must have further work to do. But yes, it is nicer than being trapped in the void. Did I ever thank you, Malone?
Not as such, no.
Well, I must rectify that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
Well, if I remember correctly, it was due to the last game in which we helped her get to this world in the big finale. I can't actually quite remember though, because it's been quite some time, but doesn't matter. We are going to ask her, of course, a little bit.
Do you know anything about this Grace group?
I know that it meant a great deal to my host, as well as his friends. Whatever happened at those meetings, it greatly improved their lives. But obviously, it came at a cost.
So you don't know anything about this Grace group?
I'm afraid not. You know.
Okay.
Do you know a place called the Karth House?
I'm afraid I do not.
What can you tell me about Father Michael?
Cooper is my host. We have not had the time to get to know each other better.
Is he always this ornery?
Do have some pity for him. He has lost his uncle, his sister, and several of his friends. He has been forced to accept the spirit world and the possible loss of his own soul, all within the span of a few weeks. If anyone deserves some understanding, it is he.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Michael?
Sadly, no. We have not had the time to get to know each other better.
There's a ghost haunting the empty apartment across from George Austin.
I see. Well, you know your duty. Go and save it.
Is that all you're gonna tell us?
Why do you let Father Michael push you around like that?
It is what my host wishes.
So?
Simply that. I must do what my host commands.
Right, seriously. What's the story?
No story, Malone. If my host wishes me to leave him alone, I leave him alone.
That actually works?
Of course. It is my duty to do so.
So, Joey, could...
No.
Of course, some of us take our duties more seriously than others.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
Alright,
Hey,
Joey.
Joey?
Yeah?
Chat with
I
you.
always used to wonder what it would be like to go to this school. Never thought it would take this.
Plan
Michael
on...
has got to know more than he's telling us.
Maybe we should keep talking to him. He's bound to spill something.
Okay, so we're gonna do that, of course. Let's talk.
Father Michael,
Yeah?
I can't believe there's another medium in New York.
Medium?
Sorry, I mean bestower. I've been calling myself medium for so long I sometimes forget.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like I have anyone to talk to about this stuff. Nobody living, anyway.
Hey, look, I'd love to swap ghost stories with you, but it takes all my concentration to maintain the circle.
Right, sorry. Maybe we'll have coffee later? You know, after we save your soul and everything.
Sure, sounds great.
Okay, the circle.
What is this circle?
Oh, this. Madeline taught me how to do it. It prevents anything spiritual from getting to me. It takes some concentration to maintain, so I'm sorry if I seem a bit inhospitable.
Interesting.
How did you learn what was happening?
You mean that our souls were being taken?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
It was a few weeks ago. I was at the bedside of a friend. Jeffrey, his name was. He went to the Grace Group meetings back in the day. Like me. He had been in a car accident. Hit and run. He was dying, and he wanted me there. And when he died, I saw it. His spirit being torn apart. He screamed. I'll never forget that scream.
I know. I saw it too.
Anyway, with Madeline's help, I began looking into other members of the group and learned it was happening to all of us. You know the rest.
So you're working with Madeline?
Working? I guess you could call it that. I've been too busy being scared to give it any serious thought.
So why'd you send Madeline outside?
Her presence disturbs my concentration, so she's keeping as far away as she can until this is resolved.
What about us?
You're the ones who are going to save my hide. For you, I'll make the extra effort to focus.
Did you know that...
Really?
Do you know anything about it?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
What about yourself? Is there anything we should know?
Look, you're not exactly catching me at my best here. I can't do anything. I'm not a true bestower like you are. Madeline says she's been weakened, or I've been weakened, or something. She doesn't know. Believe me, if I could do what you can do, I'd be out there trying to stop this. But I can't. So all I can do is hide.
There are tons of case files. Could you tell me about the Grace Group? It was some kind of self-help group?
About 20 years ago, I was a very different person. I suppose you could call me an alcoholic, although I wouldn't have said it at the time. Then I saw an ad in the newspaper. It promised to help folks like me find their way. It seemed to be some kind of hippie self-help group, but I went to a meeting anyway. I don't remember much about the meetings, but somehow I had discovered that going to seminary school was something I had to do. It all made sense.
Made sense.
I just knew it was what I was meant to be doing, and I was right.
Is there anything else you could tell us about the Grace Group?
No. You know,
Okay.
What happened at these meetings?
that's just it. I don't remember. Until recently, I never questioned it before. How messed up is that? I'd go, I'd sit down and leave. I'd meet with the other members for coffee afterward. What on earth did we talk about? We must have found something. But I do remember a man. Benjiro. He ran the meetings.
Benjiro.
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
Okay, Benjiro. Although I think he should be pronounced Benjiro? Whatever.
How many people went to these meetings?
There were 6 of us. You already know about Leah and George and myself. The others are dead.
Who were they?
Does it matter? They are dead. Their souls were taken.
Even still, tell me.
Jeffrey Dutta, Heather Guffstein, Peter Fielding.
Tell me about Heather Guffstein. You said she was a member of your group.
Yes, she was one of us. I asked George if he knew where she was. He told me she was dead. I'm afraid it's too late for her.
You saw her soul being taken.
Well, no. She died before Madeline came into my life, so I can't say for sure. But she went to Grace Group meetings and she's dead. What other conclusion can I reach?
Could you tell me about Peter?
Peter Fielding, yes. I never had much contact with him. He died several months ago. I'm afraid it's too late for him.
Is this like Heather? Did you actually see his soul being taken?
No, I didn't. Thank heaven I didn't. Seeing it happen once is more than I can take.
Could you tell me about Jeffrey?
God, Jeffrey Dutta. Talk about transfiguration. When he walked into that Grace Group meeting, I thought he was in the wrong place. I mean, the guy was a Wall Street broker, for crying out loud. He could have bought the church and everything in it. But he later confessed that he tried to kill himself. Twice.
So what happened to him?
He became a professional dog walker. Can you believe it? He used to pocket millions a year, plus bonuses. Then he was picking up dog crap for $25 an hour and smiling about it. He was hit by a car crossing the street. A hit and run. I was at his bedside when he died. Madeline had been around for about a month at that point, so I saw his spirit rise from his body. I thought I was supposed to help him, but instead You know what happened next.
Okay.
So the man who ran the Grace Group meetings was named Benjiro.
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
Okay.
How exactly did Peter Fielding die?
Why? Are you going to try and find his spirit? There is no spirit. It's gone.
You said it yourself. You don't know for sure.
It was some kind of accident. I'm not sure of the details. I read about his death in the obituaries. Too late for his funeral, sadly, but I said a prayer for him.
Can you tell me again how Peter Fielding died?
I told you before, there's no point.
Just humor me.
It was some kind of accident. I read about his death in the...
How did Heather Guffstein die?
I'm afraid I don't know. George was the one who kept in touch with her. He told me she died, but he didn't tell me how or when. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore.
All right, Michael. We're going to go.
Of course. Godspeed to the both of you. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
Interesting.
He makes me lie down in green pasture.
Okay, so there's Madeline. Madeline, do you
Madeline?
have
Yes,
anything new
Blackwell.
for us? So,
Do you know anything about Peter Fielding? He was in the Grace Group with Michael.
I have never met him. He passed away before I became bonded with my host.
Michael believes his soul was already taken.
He
Sorry.
might be right, but he may not be. If his spirit still exists, you are the ones to find it.
Do you know anything about Heather Guffstein? She was in the Grace Group with Michael.
I know of her, but I have never met her. She passed away before my host and I became bonded. I never encountered her spirit.
Michael believes her soul was already taken.
It is certainly possible, but I refuse to lose hope until I see the evidence.
Could you tell me about Jeffrey?
I'm afraid not.
About Benjiro,
Michael
maybe?
said that a man named Benjiro ran the Grace Group meetings.
My host has said as much to me, yes. Sadly, he does not remember much about him.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
Okay, guys, we do have new stuff to find here.
She was part of the Grace Group. If there's a connection, I don't see it. I don't think those are connected in any way.
But maybe she is the ghost.
I can't see any connection.
Not yet.
If there's a connection, no connection.
But she's part of the Grace
No
Group.
connection. No connection. If there's a connect.
Okay, I'm just gonna try everything,
No.
guys, just to be sure that we don't miss
No
out on
connection.
anything.
She might be a relative of Peter Fielding, but it's a common surname.
Wait.
There was a Maggie Fielding arrested at the Carth House. She might be a relative of Peter Fielding, but it's a common surname.
Interesting. Okay.
He was part of the Grace.
Yeah, we know that already.
I don't think those. I don't think those. He was part of the Grace Group.
Yeah, we know that much already. What if we call Michael again?
No answer.
So, and if we go in here, if we call Michael from here, does that help?
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green
No answer.
pastures. He leads me
Okay,
beside
we
the
are
still
of course
waters. He
also
restores
going
my
to
soul.
have a look at
Lead me in the
Heather
paths of
Guffstein.
righteousness for his name's sake. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with
No
me.
results.
Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Peter Fielding.
You prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. You anoint my head with oil.
So
My cup
Peter Fielding owned a
overflows.
gym in Murray Hill.
Surely
Worth a
goodness
visit,
and
I
mercy will
suppose.
follow me all the days of my
Peter
life.
Fielding, 58, passed away last night after suffering a fatal
Lord
accident.
forever.
Peter was a self-described health nut and personal trainer whose facility Fields Gym was well loved by many in the Murray Hill neighborhood. He will be missed. The last one is Jeffrey Dutta.
Lead me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Jeffrey
Walk
Dutta.
through the valley of the shadow of death.
No results.
I will fear no
Okay.
evil, for thou art with me.
Let's exit
Thy
here
rod
first,
and thy staff, they
because
comfort.
Michael's prayer is a little bit annoying in my
Got a
eyes.
sec?
What's going on?
We're gonna
I
chat.
always used to wonder what it would be like to never...
Yeah, we had that already.
Michael gave us a few names. We probably should look into them.
After you, dear.
Yeah, we had that already. So let's go to our new location. We did have a lot of dialogue here. Let's go to the Fields Gym.
That's a pretty solid window. Looks nice and warm in there. Of course, so would an ice factory right now.
Okay. There's the door. A
It says
sign.
members only.
So we
It
can't
says
enter.
members only.
We can't enter, it seems. Can we?
It seems to open with a key card.
We need a key card.
Joey.
Okay.
What is it?
Michael gave us a few names. We probably should look into them.
After you, dear.
So that means we are going to go to the police station. Since we do have some names now.
Officer Palmer,
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so.
do you have any record of a Heather Guffstein?
Let me check. Nope, nothing on Heather Guffstein. Sorry.
Can you tell me anything about the death of a Mr. Peter Fielding?
Okay, let's see. Yep, here he is. Peter Fielding, age 54, owned a fitness center in Murray Hill called Fields Gym. He fell off a ladder while fixing a light bulb in the locker room, hit his head on the bench, and bled to death. Nobody found him for several hours. An ambulance was called and pronounced him dead at the scene.
Nothing more than that?
That's pretty open and shut. Accidental death.
Do you have a record of a Jeffrey Dutta? He was killed in a hit and run.
Let's see. Yep, hit and run, like you said. Technically, the case is open, but nobody has any hopes that it will be solved.
I'm trying to find someone named Benjiro. He ran some kind of self-help circle called the Grace Group.
Let's see. No, nothing on file. Sorry.
Well, I'd better...
Sure.
Okay, do we have anything new going on? Not really, actually. Don't have anything new. Can't enter the Fields Gym. We're gonna go to the apartment immediately. Or is
Joey,
that...
I'd like to talk.
Yeah?
Michael gave us a few names. We...
After you.
Yeah, I already did that though. Okay, we're gonna go to the lobby. Maybe the doorman has a clue what's going on here.
Hi.
Yes, miss?
Did George know anyone named Heather Guffstein?
I don't believe so. Sorry.
Did George know anyone named Peter?
I don't know for sure. Sorry.
Did George know anyone named Jeffrey Dutta?
Nobody named Jeffrey Dutta ever visited him here. That's all I can tell you.
Does the name Benjiro mean anything to you?
Sorry. It doesn't.
Do you know who lived in the...
I'm afraid.
Yeah, we had that already. Okay, so that was a waste of time. But it could have been of help. Who knows? Okay, we are going back to the apartment, of course. Have we forgotten anything here? I don't think so.
Joey, could you come out?
Yeah, come
What?
over here, Joey. We are going to enter here. But we still don't have actually her name, so she won't talk to us, will she? But guys, we are nearing the end of the episode mark. We are going to find that out on the next episode of the Blackwell Epiphany. Because, well, we pretty much have tried everything, but we are going to try that on the next episode. So if you want to know, if you can find out, you'll have to tune in next time for the Blackwell Epiphany. See you then.